Welcome to SIAHMSR Academy. This is Dr. Sanjana VB. Hi dear doctors and viewers. Today let's discuss omega fatty acids, particularly omega-3 fatty acids. So, omega fatty acids is a polyunsaturated fatty acid. We all know that. However, omega-3 fatty acids have significant role in maintaining our health, particularly cardiovascular health and brain health. Apart from these, omega fatty acids have crucial role in many other systems of our body. So, let us have a glance into the classification of omega fatty acids. There are different types of omega fatty acids like omega-6 fatty acids and omega-9 fatty acids. All these fatty acids, omega fatty acids, we consume every day unknowingly, and the omega fatty acids like omega-9 fatty acids are abundant in avocado, while omega-6 fatty acids are abundant in vegetable seeds, nuts and other fruits and vegetables. However, the intake of omega-6 fatty acids are to be limited to some extent. Excessive intake is associated with some untoward effects or adverse effects. A few studies suggest that excessive intake of omega-6 fatty acids are associated with some type of cancers. However, no conclusive studies are available in this regard, but we should consume it in a moderate amount, omega-6 fatty acids in vegetable seed oils and nuts. But it has some role, crucial role in preventing cardiovascular events. Okay. So, let us move on to omega-3 fatty acids. That is the topic of discussion today, and omega-3 fatty acids can be classified into three categories: ALA, EPA and DHA. Okay. ALA is alpha linolenic acid and EPA eicosapentaenoic acid and DHA docosahexaenoic acid. All these are very crucial for development of brain in fetuses as well as in adults. It is important for cardiovascular health. So, let us have a glance into the sources of ALA and EPA, DHA, etc. ALA are mainly seen in nuts and seeds, while EPA, DHA are found in marine algae and fishes. Fishes gets these omega fatty acids, EPA and DHA, by consuming marine algae. There are many edible algae. Human beings also can consume edible algae. So, these are the main sources of omega fatty acids. So, let us have a glance into the health benefits of omega fatty acids. Omega fatty acids and their good effects were first discovered in 1929 by George and Burr, and they found that they are very crucial for health and life, and the health effects, good effects associated with omega fatty acids were found to be cardiovascular health and longevity. It is very crucial for reducing TG, triglycerides. Triglyceride, if increased, they make a person prone to heart attacks and other cardiovascular events. So, omega fatty acids can reduce cardiovascular diseases or cardiovascular events considerably, and 15% of TG are reduced by the intake of omega-3 fatty acids. It is a very important or significant finding. So, omega fatty acids has to be included in our daily diet, and the second is its anti-inflammatory role. Omega fatty acids can reduce inflammation, particularly in the skin and in various parts of the body. They can reduce inflammatory markers in our body, particularly for PG, prostaglandin and leukotrienes. Now, the role of omega fatty acids on brain is very significant, and it is related to the prevention of Alzheimer's also. Omega fatty acid consumption can reduce neurodegenerative diseases. They can also improve the cognitive power, learning skill, etc. Cognition is very crucial in human life. Cognition is the ability to understand things, think well, and comprehensive analysis of any matter requires cognition. We analyze things because of this cognitive power, and cognition is associated with several vitamins as well as minerals. The intake of these vitamins and minerals are very crucial. Along with this, omega fatty acids also have significant role. And now let us move on to the effect of omega fatty acids on our eyes and vision. With aging, there will be macular degeneration. Macular degeneration can be considerably reduced by the intake of omega-3 fatty acids. Then let's talk about brain health and omega fatty acids. Omega fatty acids has crucial role in preventing neurodegenerative diseases and in improving cognition. Alzheimer's is the most common neurocognitive disorder, neurodegenerative disorders of late worldwide, and it is associated with beta amyloid deposition, and the causative factor behind Alzheimer's disease is mainly beta amyloid deposition due to free radical attack. And some studies also point out that cholesterol deposition has been found in people having Alzheimer's disease. So omega fatty acids are healthy fats, and they can prevent neurodegenerative diseases, and they improve the brain functions, cognitive brain functions. Then the third important factor which determines the health of brain is fetal or embryological development in a child, or the fetal development is associated with the intake of omega fatty acids. Omega fatty acids are very crucial, particularly EPA and DHA are crucial for the development of brain in fetuses. Okay, and now we can move on to the other prospects of omega fatty acids in some clinical conditions such as rheumatoid arthritis. In rheumatoid arthritis, there will be significant pain in joints along with the inflammation. Probably the anti-inflammatory role of omega-3 fatty acids are associated with its potential to reduce pain. It acts like an analgesic. It reduces the pain as well as the stiffness associated with rheumatoid arthritis. Okay. Now let's have a glance into the role of omega-3 fatty acids on our beauty, particularly on skin and hair. We know that omega fatty acids have great role in as an anti-inflammatory agent. So acne breakouts are often associated with inflammation, and inflammation can be considerably reduced by the intake of omega fatty acids. So skin health is ensured by the intake of omega-3 fatty acids, and it has crucial role in reducing inflammation on scalp also. Scalp health also maintained by omega-3 fatty acid. And the most important and most significant thing is the role of omega-3 fatty acids in reducing collagen degradation. Collagen degradation is associated with aging as well as many other factors, and omega-3 fatty acid intake can reduce collagen breakdown or degradation. So it can delay aging and wrinkles and other signs of aging on your face. Okay. Omega-3 fatty acid consumption means intake of more fish, intake of more nuts and seeds. ALA is mostly found in nuts and seeds, while EPA and DHA are found in edible algae and fishes. So include fish in your diet as well as nuts and seeds. And the next important factor is its role in hair growth. Hair growth can be improved by the intake of omega-3 fatty acids. Some studies shows that it improves hair density as well as hair growth, promotes hair growth, and the scalp health is also maintained by the intake of omega-3 fatty acids. How much omega fatty acids are required per week? 2 servings of fishes are required per week for adequate level of omega-3 fatty acids in our body. Along with that, you can take nuts and seeds also in your diet, and there is omega fatty acid index. Ideal omega-3 index is greater than 8% in healthy persons. In Japanese, ideal omega-3 index is very high, or it is very normal because of their healthy habits. Japanese are very well known for their healthy food habits and lifestyles. So they have good ideal omega-3 index. Omega-3 index high means the incidence of cardiovascular events and strokes are low in those populations. Japanese generally have low cardiovascular diseases, and probably due to high omega fatty acid intake. Generally they follow Mediterranean diet. So Japanese have great ideal omega-3 index. Daily intake of omega-3 fatty acids. The daily intake of omega fatty acids required is 1000 to 1500 milligrams in adults. In infants and school going children, it is around 500 milligram to 800 or 900 milligram. Okay, the regular intake of omega fatty acids in a healthy person should be between 1000 to 1500 milligram. In children, it is 500 milligram. Infants, in very young infants, then in young children, it is 900 milligram. The ideal omega-3 fatty acid is used for measuring the optimal amount of fatty acids, omega fatty acids required for our body, and it is usually more than 8%. It was first discovered by Harris and Shaki, and the ideal omega-3 index is optimum or greater in amount in Japanese. They have great health habits, food health habits and dietary habits, and because of that it is high in Japanese population. And the ideal omega-6 to omega-3 ratio is 4:1 to 1:1, and it is good for better health. So stay tuned with SIAHMSR Academy. For regular update, click the bell icon. Bye. Have a nice day.